River City. First off, we realize it's a little bit weird to get a video like this midweek, but one of our identifying factors, something we hope is really true for us at River City, is that we're just a really authentic place, and we are open and honest with you whenever and however we can be. And so for us, that meant trying to get this information in front of you as soon as possible. And so we have a quick update to share with you on where we're at as far as meeting location and facilities. You might know, if you've been around for a little bit of time, or if you were at our last members meeting, family meeting around a year ago, that we've kind of been in limbo as far as how long we'd be able to be and meet in this space. We had a meeting last week with the organization that owns this space, and I just got to tell you, we're pretty surprised. We'd been continuing a conversation around us being in this space and maybe sharing it with other organizations, but just through a variety of kind of changes in their approach to ministry, their structure, and kind of what makes sense for them as an organization, they've decided to ask us or to let us know that they're not going to extend the offer for us to continue meeting in this space. And I know that's probably on the onset a little scary and disappointing to hear, because it was scary and disappointing for us to hear initially. But at the same time, it's something that we haven't been isn't completely unanticipated. And so we want to share with you just a little bit of how we're starting to take action and kind of what we know right now. So right now, the initial thing that they told us is that they'd like us to consider being out in 10 to 12 weeks. We've told them that feels really fast to us, and we've asked for more time. But the way we're going to behave right now is to do our very best to set River City up for success moving forward.
Yeah, and we're feeling really like we spent time in prayer tonight together, and one of the big things that we just felt was it's going to be okay. We have a trust in the Lord. We have a trust that He's got a future for us as a body together. We love you guys, and we're really, in some ways, it might sound weird to say, but we're in some ways really excited about what the next steps for River City could be when the Lord makes those known. And like I said, we were just praying over on the red couches, and then Brad and I were like, what are we going to do with these red couches? But
the couches are orange.
Orange couches, red couches, but we're really just have a trust in the Lord that He's got a plan for us. I've been thinking about Ephesians 3:20, which says, "Now to Him who is able to do above and beyond or immeasurably more than all we ask or think, according to the power that works in us, to Him be the glory." And I think that's been my prayer, is God has something more for us that is above and beyond what we ask and think, and we're going to seek it out together.
Yeah, some of you guys may be asking right now, what can I do practically right now? Well, pray, right? That's what we're asking you to do, is pray. Pray that God would provide for us. Pray that God would give us clarity and direction on where it is that we're supposed to go next. What doors might we be able to step into to be in a space to meet on a weekly and a Sunday. So pray with us. One step that might be able to do that is to set a reminder on your phone each day for around the noon hour, right? That's what we're going to call people to, is about noon every day, that we're praying together as a church that God would provide to us, that He provide a space for us to meet, that He'd open doors for us. City groups, that'd be a great way for you to connect, to hold each other accountable in that regard as well, right? Hey, every day at noon, we're going to pray together that God would provide. So that's the first step that we're asking you as a body to do, is just to pray.
Yeah, and we just want to let you know, we're going to do our very best to give you every update we've got as we've got it. Obviously, some things are going to take a little bit of time, but just to let you know, so you're not nervous, already we have 2 or 3 what could be temporary or even long-term options in mind, and we're looking at long-term options, and we're just really, like Trey said, we're going to commit to pray, and I think that God is going to teach us through this. I think that He's going to teach us about how He can respond to our prayer, about what it looks like for us to cry out to God. And so we mean it when we say, please, engage in this time of prayer with us, and don't feel like this is inaction, because this time of prayer and really seeking out God's will for us and His wisdom and asking Him to help us might be the most important part of this whole process that we even engage in. Or maybe it's the most active part of the process that we just don't understand how active it is. Because ultimately, we're not in charge. We can't see the future, but God is both of those things. He's in the future and controls it, and He knows exactly what's going to happen. We're going to have a time on Sunday after our service this Sunday for you to come and pray with us immediately after service. We'll invite whoever wants you to come forward. If you have questions on Sunday, we'll try and field those questions in not necessarily like a meeting fashion, but together and personally, and answer whatever questions you might have. Now, that said, we've told you most of what we know right now, but we are working hard towards the end that we would continue to see this mission of glorifying God by proclaiming the gospel to our city and ourselves, not just take hold as it has, but expand and start to just come to fruition in what we do. So, River City, we love you so much, and we know, and perhaps it's one of the greatest blessings for us, we know you're with us and that we're bearing this together. And so thanks for hearing us out, and we are excited to see what God does in this season together. Thanks for praying with us and being on this journey of mission vision together. We just love you so much.